Here's Brody Brazil.
Okay, are you ready for the draft player profile of Adam Fantilli? No, are you really ready for this? Because here it comes. I love that headshot. Now, look, I know I'm serious here. This is an actual draft player preview, but I saw that headshot from a Team USA photo shoot. There's something about this too, right? Because all of these young hockey players, they're cookie cutter to a certain degree. They don't showcase a lot of personality when they're on the rise. There's just that hockey culture thing where you stay within yourself and you don't really get to show too much of this. I saw this photo and it's like, you know what? That's the one I'm using here for Adam Fantilli because I like it. I like the fact that this young man, he looks maybe more physically developed than the rest of the draft class. And to be honest with you, he's projected as the number 2 overall pick. He would, in any other year, be the number 1 guy if it weren't for Connor Bedard. And look, I think these two have a pretty good chemistry and relationship. They're always going to be tied together. Maybe this is the next Sidney Crosby, Alexander Ovechkin. I mean, Connor McDavid doesn't really have a direct, same draft class, same, parallel. He doesn't have another guy that's I don't want to say the Batman to the Superman, but you understand what I'm saying. Maybe Bedard and Fantilli are the guys you'll always remember that came in the league in the same year, or at least obviously in the same draft class. But I like the personality. So Adam, keep it up, right? I think this is notable among anything else that we'll talk about here, hockey-wise. Okay, in just a second, I'll read some of the reviews from different media entities across the continent. But first, let's begin with the player profile. And by the way, at the end of this video, I'll summarize some thoughts on how I'd feel if the Sharks were lucky enough to be able to move up some spots, to get lucky in the lottery and land a number 2 pick and get an Adam Fantilli. His last team was the NCAA's University of Michigan. He was a Wolverine. Born October 12, 2004, he hails from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 6'2", 187 pounds. So, and I'm not here to judge these players' physical attributes, but first off, it's a big boy beard right there. He's just got facial definition. He's almost got a Patrick Sharp look. He almost looks like Sharpie. You know what I mean? He's just a very well defined, but he's a big guy, 6'2", 187 pounds. I mean, you're about to see other players here. I'm doing this series on the top 6 prospects and projected picks, and most of them are in the 160 pounds, 70 pounds. He's almost 190. In fact, with everything on, he is 190 pounds. Shoots left, like every kid from Ontario. Are they bred to shoot left in that province? And he's a centerman, which is definitely going to help a team out. Okay, this from thehockeywriters.com. Fantilli has the skill set of a first overall pick and has shown it multiple times in the NCAA for the high-powered Michigan Wolverines. Fantilli possesses everything a scout looks for in a top-line center, from his size, speed, and playmaking ability to his hockey IQ, puck handling, and accurate shot. He has all the tools to be a massive difference maker in the NHL one day. It's only his first year in the NCAA, and he's already dotting the highlight reels with his slick one-on-one dekes, snipe show of a shot. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. Power moves to the net, and most of all, beautiful end-to-end rushes. Who doesn't want a player like that? TheHockeyWriters.com also goes on to list some of his strengths from their perspective and some of the things under construction for Fantilli. Strengths are size, skating, speed, hockey IQ, his wrister, puck handling, playmaking. They also say that he's got a strong motor and a good work ethic. Under construction are the shot accuracy. I mean, that is important. And the fact that there's a tendency he tries to do everything himself. Now, that's a young person's thing, and I think when you get into the NHL, you're not surrounded by amateurs. You're with professionals and some people close to twice your age. So maybe that won't even be a factor, but it is something that they noticed and wanted to publicize. Okay, then how about this write-up from The Athletic? And even at 6'2" and about 200 pounds, he might be the best skater in this draft. It's not often we see players his size who can move like him. His skating is balanced, it's powerful when it needs to be, and light and adjustable when it needs to be. Within his movement patterns, he can handle the puck on a string. He's going to be a transition monster. Ooh, I like that definition, a transition monster. On top of it all, he's physical. He's strong in the faceoff circle. He can score from mid-range consistently with his low kick wrister. He's got an ability to protect the puck and shade in and out of coverage. He's got a dangerous curl and drag wrister, and he's comfortable in traffic. That is a very nice attribute. When he's on, he can completely take over a game. That's a pretty glowing review from The Athletic. So, from the Sharks' perspective, a couple things here. That photo. He is, to me, the number 2 pick, easy. I mean, the same way that Bedard has established himself, that's a no-doubter, no-brainer. There's no way he doesn't get picked number 1. I don't see how Fantilli doesn't get picked number 2. Now, if you're the Sharks, like I said before, you're obviously ecstatic that you finished with the fourth worst record and you would have the opportunity to make the second pick in this draft. There's a certain percentage, are we in the 20% range that this could be a possibility? It's not great, but it is possible. There is this on Fantilli. Bedard is ready-made for the NHL. I said in the other video about him that there's no question that on opening night, he's out there for his respective NHL team. Fantilli, I'm not sure about. I think at some point next year, depending on a team's readiness or his readiness or their situation, like any team that's going to be able to draft second has some needs. They've got some things to build on. I'm not positive that he is an opening night NHL player for the upcoming season. Certainly possible that he gets that opportunity at some point. I think there's only one clear-cut, ready-made NHL player. It's Connor Bedard. And that's fine. Like, nobody's pressuring Fantilli here, but it's just to know and understand that everything after number 1 may not be the instant impact, but still, I think you are fast-tracked to get a very talented forward on your team, in your pipeline, and contributing sooner than later. So that's the end of the video. Thumbs up since you're here watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for other player profiles from this draft coming out very soon. See you next time.